Thousands of people go missing every single day around the world. Some are found to be fine and unharmed, some are found to unfortunately have met grisly ends, and some are found to never be identified and therefore remain nameless. Today we are investigating the case of the boy who was found in the box in Pennsylvania, United States of America. Viewer discretion is advised when watching this video. Hi guys, so today we're going to be talking about a boy who was found in 1957 and has never been identified. He is still nameless. They don't know what happened to him. They don't know who his mum, his dad is. They don't know who he is. They don't know anything. Just quickly before we start, sorry of how much of a mess I look like. I had 2 hours sleep because my baby here is teething. Aren't you? He also won't sit by himself, so he's going to be joining us. Aren't you, Caden? Yes. Right, so let's jump into it then. So the boy in the box was found on the 25th of February. Sorry if I keep looking down here, I've written my notes on my phone. So he was found on the 25th of February 1957 in the Fox Chase section of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He's also known as the America's Lost Boy. They don't know who he is, do they? He's the Lost Boy. So what happened was, on the 25th, a man pulled up in his car. Actually, this is probably the 24th. A man pulled up in his car and he see a rabbit run into the bush where he knew there was traps. So being a good, a good civilian, I guess, he decided that he was going to get out and try and help the rabbit, where he walked into the bush and he stumbled across a box. He opened it and he found the grisly discovery of the poor boy in the box. He had all bruises over him, he had signs of malnutrition. He was obviously being abused before, the murder took place. So, there isn't really much to say what happened to him. There isn't a lot of evidence. The only thing that they could find was he had been beaten up. He hadn't been fed for, they don't know how long, but he was malnutritioned. He was malnourished. His hair, his fingernails, his toenails had been cut, after death. So after the time he had died, someone had taken their time out to cut their hair, cut his fingernails, and cut his toenails. So he was found. The guy didn't call the police the same day he's found him, because he was scared that they was going to think, he had something to do with it. But he did go and tell his discoveries to the authorities the next day, where the boy in the box was found. So the first thing they tried to do was just try to discover who his killer was, try and find out who the boy was. They matched him to loads and loads of different, missing people in the area, even out of the area. They tried to find if there was any other missing people, but there wasn't. And he didn't match any of the ones, who there was. So, sorry, my mum just came in the room. And, things like that. So there are some theories. When the case come up cold and they realised they weren't going to get much from the body and from the scene, they called in a psychic. And the psychic told them about a house which matched the description of a foster home. So they went and investigated. Little quick bit of the story that I forgot to say. The boy was found in a box which would have had a crib that swung backwards and forwards, so a swinging crib in it, and only a couple of these had been sold in America at this time, because they had just sort of come out in America at this time. They tried to trace the box. They thought it'd be easier than what it was, and it came up as a dead end again, unfortunately. So there's a theory that this boy lived in the foster home, and something happened, he came to an end somehow. I don't know, they didn't say much on this theory, just that the owner of the foster home was questioned and then released and was no longer a part of the investigation anymore. There's another theory that an unknown male and female, so his mother and father, killed him. He had an accidental death. They didn't want to you know, take him to the hospital in case of them getting arrested, or they did just cold-heartedly kill their own son, dump his body, cut his hair, cut his nails, and leave him there to be found. And which would explain why no one ever claimed this little boy. No matter how many newspapers and flyers went up, no one claimed this little boy. Personally, I believe this theory more than anything else, because, you know, if your son goes missing, no matter what year it is, no matter how back in the olden days it was, it doesn't matter, you're still going to claim they would have still been able to have seen. There was flyers up everywhere around the area, there was a news briefing going round, all the newspapers had this boy's, you know, face in it. And around the time they realised that they weren't getting nowhere, they did actually dress up the deceased body, put him in a sofa, like on a sofa, sat him down, took a picture, and then posted that in hopes that someone would recognise this little boy if they dressed him up like that. No one did. There's one more theory that I found, and it's about the woman only named as M. They wouldn't actually give her name. So, sorry, I'm just trying to sort him out. They wouldn't actually name her apart from M. She came to the police station, made wild accusations that she was the boy's mum, she had killed him, it was by accident, she'd finished cutting his hair, cutting his nails, and all this, but all of this information had been released, so everyone knew it. So I could, if I was born, I could have just gone there and said that I did it. Yeah? So that's what was happening. And so what happened next was they did a DNA sample, realised that there was nothing DNA, you know, they were not related. The lady had you know, mental health issues in the past. So they sectioned her basically and said that what she was saying wasn't true. She wasn't a valid witness. It was, you know, it wasn't going to stand no matter where they had taken it. So that's really where it ended. Now I think this is really sad, because how could you, like, how can they not know who he is? How can someone go missing and they just, like, nameless? 60 years and you still don't know what this boy's name is. You don't know where he came from. You don't know what happened to him. The people who probably hurt him are probably not here anymore. They're never going to face their punishment. And he's probably never going to be named. I find this really upsetting. I have a son. It's horrible to think that someone could just be killed and never be identified, especially a little child. That's why I do believe the theory that his mum and his dad, or mum, neither, you know, neither or, did it. I want to know what you guys think. I want to know if you enjoyed it. I will be uploading more mysteries and murders. This is something that I will be doing on my channel, as well as conspiracy theories and sometimes like hauls, you know, Primark hauls, makeup hauls and stuff like that. I hope you like it. If you did, subscribe down below and I will post another video probably tomorrow. I'm sorry that my son was in the video, but I couldn't just leave him sitting there. So thank you very much for watching. I hope this was good. I hope it's a bit better than my other videos. You know, I hope I'm getting a little bit better now that I've been doing this for a bit longer. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.